Hey, it's me, Ian. Just letting you know, I am trying my best trying to contact him so that, the YouTube channel called, the company goes by the name Special Book by Special Kids. And then the reason why I want to go there, because I like to be interviewed. I understand I do videos on my own YouTube channel, and that's great, but my YouTube channel doesn't have a lot of people. There's no millions of people. I want to share who I am with the people so they understand that it's okay to be who they are, no matter what they go through. It's okay to feel the way they do. Because I've been through that a lot. When I was a kid, I was diagnosed with ADHD. You don't know that? That is affective. That's something hypo disorder. I can't remember. I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was little. I was diagnosed with not having autism, but with being autistic. Because I'm kind of in the autistic spectrum. Obviously, you could tell because of the way I act. Then I've been diagnosed with with Gardner syndrome when I was a little kid. Not a little kid, but when I was 15 years old in Kenyon Ridge High School. Before I graduated, which was about 17 years old, I was the youngest one in my classroom, and I'm grateful for that. I was diagnosed with Gardner syndrome. If you don't know what that is, it's a syndrome that makes your body grow more extra things that's not supposed to. It wasn't actually, I think it wasn't 15 years old I got diagnosed with that. I believe it was about 18 or 19 I got diagnosed with Gardner syndrome. No, actually 15 I got diagnosed with that. But 17, 18, or 19, when I was one of those years old, I was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder called number 5 chromosome deletion disorder, which means the genes in the number 5 chromosome gone. Not all of it, but most of the genes in there is gone. Like my tumor suppressing genes. That's why I had polyps, precancerous polyps through my lower and upper GI of my big intestine tract, as in the colon. Luckily I'm here. Yeah. But no, not but. And later, I've been diagnosed with depression and anxiety and several other emotional disorder and mental disorder. When I say mental, you may say depression is not mentally a mental disorder, and that is true. It's And it's really not, but it does take a toll on your mental self. And it's really scary. Because one day I could think about committing suicide. And it's not fun. And it really isn't. I've been through it a lot. And yes, depression does take a toll. It does take a toll on you. When you have it, it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. Like, I thought I was naive. I was a punk. I was a fucking idiot. Excuse my language, but I was. And the depression takes a mental, physical, and emotional toll on yourself. Because on one hand, you want to be out there with other people. You want to be out there enjoying life, having fun. But on the other hand, you want to be in your own house where you can feel safe and be able to live the way you want in your own place. You want to be alone. You want to feel alone. And it is really hard. It is. And I've been diagnosed with a genetic disorder that I got from my dad's side of the family. It's called, I can't remember what it's called. It's not arthritis. I don't have that. And I may have that eventually, but I don't have it right now, and I'm grateful. Because I had friends with it, and I can tell it's painful. I could see that it is really painful for them. And I hope that they could find a cure for it. I really do. So what else do I been diagnosed with? I can't remember. It's a disorder that affects you sleeping pattern, and it's not insomnia. I've never been diagnosed with that. Though I feel sorry for people who have it. It's I can't remember what it's called, but it affects the certain part of your body, and it's really hard because some days you feel really, really slow. Other days you feel tired, and then there are days where you are just really happy. And it's been in the ass. I know the name. My dad has it as well. And that's why I say it's genetic, because it is genetic. But I also have similar characteristic with borderline disorder, which basically make you how I put it. It makes you. I've never been diagnosed with borderline disorder, but I have some characteristic of it. Where some days, like a lot of the times, if you come to me, visit me, one day I'll be happy. Like I usually be happy all the time. Then I'll watch a video or something and I'm sad. Then other days, if I talk about something that makes me angry, I'm angry. Like I get really angry. It's like next. My emotion keeps on going. Da, 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 da. It's like rolling down. It's like being in a barrel and being rolled down the hill. There's also the fact that I have an unhealthy love with Sandy, and it's dangerous. I do love Sandy, but it's an unhealthy love. It really is. But there's nothing I can do about it. I could try to separate myself, but I can't. I just simply can't. I'm addicted to being with Sandy. I've been diagnosed with another condition called GERD reflex disease. I don't know if it's truly a disease. It kind of is. What it does, it makes the acid in your tummy. I don't know how. It basically makes it hard for you to eat. I take a medicine called omeprazole for it. Like I take a medicine for my antidepressant, for my English use, for my my hyperness, which if I didn't take all my meds, I would be in chaos. And not good. I won't be able to sleep for days. I would have high anxiety. I would end up having panic attacks. I would be bouncing up the wall. I would have anger issues. I would have thoughts of me wanting to kill myself more. I would be more of an emotional mess than I am right now. It's not. It's not fun. It really isn't. But hey, you know what? That's just part of who I am. There's a reason God created me. And it's so that I can learn. That it's okay to be who I am. That it's okay to love me for who I am. And that it's not okay to run away from your past, your present, or your future, because all you're going to do is make your life miserable. That's all you're ever going to do. And I learned that really hard. Really, really hard. I tried running away from my dog dying. I lost Chewy when I was 18 years old. And it wasn't fun. It really was not fun. Because during that week, during that year, Chewy, actually I don't think it was, I was 18. During that year, it was a year after I graduated. And Chewy, starting the year, Chewy was fine. Chewy was like any other normal dog. And so he had his differences, like the scar on his back, and the fact that he loved me so much, and I loved him so much too. I really did love him. He was my buddy. He meant everything to me. But one day we noticed that he was having seizures. Hold on, Daisy. One day we noticed he was having seizures. And he's not epileptic. He was not like that. He was never been diagnosed with it. This is not the traditional epileptic seizures that most people or animals with that disease or disorder or whatever it is has. This is more of a brain damage seizures. Because the more he had the seizures, the more he wasn't able to remember who he was, who I was, which was really heartbroken. This may be harsh, but I didn't really care if he didn't remember who my parents were. So I was a teenager, and I didn't really like being told what to do, and I was kind of a rebellion. I was born as a rebellion, and I like being a rebellion. Because that's who I am. And I will always stand for justice and truth and liberty and freedom and the right to pursue happiness that this nation is built upon. That's me. I am the person who is trying to defend this nation from the evil that is the left. And I understand I'll get a lot of people saying nasty things. And you know what? They have a right to call me what they want to call me. They do. Because quite honestly, if I'm willing to protect this nation and the First Amendment and all the other amendments, then I should allow people to talk nasty towards me, even if it means it's not nice. It's the right thing to do. Shut up, Daisy. Sorry, Daisy. One night, 1819, Chewie was starting to have seizures. I was having panic attack because of it. It was not fun. It was so bad that I was diagnosed with anxiety. I mean, I always had anxiety, but I was diagnosed with it. And one day, during the summer, I think in either June or July, it was not August, I know it wasn't, I had two choices. Either to let him live and be miserable, which I could not do. I just couldn't. I would never bring myself to make people miserable, no matter who they are. Sorry. It was either let him live, be miserable, or put him down and have him in peace. I did the right thing. I put him down. And after that, I was depressed. And I got diagnosed with depression. I went home. And this is before I got diagnosed with depression. But I know what I had. I had hey, no, get off. Sorry. I was diagnosed with depression. I have ever since then I've been clinically depressed. Clinically depressed isn't fun. And so I went home. My parents were burying Chewie, his lifeless body. And I went to my bedroom, slammed my door. I think I slammed it, but it doesn't matter. And I was crying non-stop. It was heartbreak. It was heartbroken. And so I may not know how it feels to lose a human being that you care about. I really don't know how that feels. But I know how it feels to lose a pet. A pet that you cared so much about. that you wanted everything for him. You wanted the world for him. In fact, you wanted the entire universe for him. And there was nothing I could do at the end. I had to put him down. And that was it. It was the saddest thing in my life. And I'm sorry for crying, but I can't let you guys see my actual emotion, because once I do, it's just all chaos. I hope you guys could understand how I feel. I really do one day. I wish there was a way that everyone can understand how people feel, but that is probably just naive and just stupid of me. So, if you're wondering, am I worried about dying? No, I'm not. In fact, if I were to die right now, so my friends and my family would be sad and heartbroken. I would be too. But at least I would be up there in heaven with Chewie and all my friends and families who passed away. And I'd be up there with God himself, with Father, Heavenly Father. Yes, I'm a Mormon. I'm sorry, but that will never change. I love being a Mormon, because Mormons treat people nice. They may be a little bit cultists, that's true, but they're a lot nicer than any other religion you can find elsewhere. And I say these things in the name of God. Amen.